Hey everyone, I'm Scott Stokely, and one of the questions I get the most on podcasts and also on the course, off the course, at seminars, between rounds, when I bump into people at restaurants, they say some version of, can you believe where disc golf is today? And I don't have to ask what they're referring to when they say this. There's so many things that they could be referencing. The amount of people that play, first and foremost, the amount of courses in the ground. I mean, there's a course literally on every corner, it seems now. The amount of women that play, and juniors, and older players. The size of the pro tour, the professionalism, the media coverage, the YouTube views, the level of athleticism that's out there, the cultural acceptance. Going from a period where we had to fight city council meetings to allow us to put a course in the ground, to parks coming to us asking, can we please put a course in our town? In every measurable way, this sport it's blown up beyond anyone's wildest imagination, right? No. The reality is, I'm not surprised one bit. And I can pretty much speak for almost every single player of my generation and the generation before. We're not surprised. The reason I say we're not surprised is in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, whenever we went out to lunch, we talked about how big disc golf was going to get. Between rounds or during rounds or on backups, we would talk about how this is the sport of the future. We'd call each other on the phones. Remember phones back then? And we would talk about how everybody is going to figure out someday how this is the greatest sport in the world. It's not one of us that's surprised. We all knew this was coming. Now, the biggest mistake that we made is we kept thinking it was happening next year. Next year was going to be the ESPN deal. Next year we're going to be on CBS. Next year we're going to land the corporate sponsor. It didn't happen as fast as we would have liked it to. But ain't not one of us surprised. This is the single greatest sport in the entire world. And the reason I say it's the greatest sport in the entire world is because it is, if it's not the biggest participation sport in the US right now, it's on the cusp and it's going to be. More people might sit on their couches and watch the NFL on Sunday or go to Major League Baseball games. But in terms of sports that every person can go out and participate and play, disc golf has no equal. And if it's not the number one sport in the US, it will be 3 days from now. Now, globally, it's not the biggest sport in the world. I mean, we got soccer, we got cricket. We're going to pass soccer and cricket globally someday. This will be the biggest sport on planet Earth. And someday I'm going to be in my old folks' home with all the other elderberries. I'll be at my walker and someone's going to ask me, are you surprised that disc golf surpassed soccer in terms of how many people play? And I'm going to say, no. I made a video about it in 2022. So put this one in the bank. I'm not surprised. None of us are surprised. All of us are happy about it. We're thrilled that it is happening, but we all knew it. It's the greatest sport in the world, and it's always been that way and it always will. So yeah, not surprised, just excited.